Hello, Packer fans. Welcome to Packer Talk with Green. This show is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Bottling and Main Street, Ratchet and Deb's Pizza, the best pizza in town, and Audio Plus for the videotape usage. My special guest, Randy Schiedauer, Mike Drexler. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
Thank you.
We'll look at the toll board. We're going to talk about I don't know. There's a lot to talk. A lot went wrong for the Green Bay Packers this past Sunday at Philadelphia, but we'll get into that, gentlemen. But the toll board, we took care of the first downs by 5, time of possession by a couple minutes. They have it on us. Total yards, 120 we had on them. Okay, it's an ugly loss. It was just a terrible loss, guys. We really can't blame the defense, gentlemen. The defense played pretty tough all day. They clamped down. They had a couple lapses, but basically they played pretty well. Offensive line, Tom Lovat has some work to do with John Michaels, and Aaron Taylor even said he had trouble, and they got to work better and harder to help protect Brett Favre. Brett Favre cannot take a pounding game in and game out like we did at Philadelphia Sunday. Freeman dropped passes. Oh, okay. I love the man. He's a great guy. He'll help the team to the Super Bowl in San Diego, but we got to stop these drop them passes. I know Brett Favre really wheels them in there sometimes and really throws them in a lot of fire behind, but some of the passes should have been caught by him. And we're not going to blame the sole game on Ryan Longwell. We know about the Conway thing, the controversy with the Jackie. Ryan Longwell's our kicker, and he's going to help us out through the year. We're going to go to San Diego with him. Another side of the ball, Ray Rhodes came to play. He had a great game plan. He came to play, very well coached, and they won the ball game. We're both 1-1, and we have to rebound this week against Miami in Lambeau Field. Okay, Randy or Mike or Shmuel, what do you would like to talk about first? You want to go to the tote board or just talk about anything? Go ahead.
I think the tote board's the thing to go to. Like you said, you can't blame the defense. Reggie White was the player of the game. But that offense, they got to get going on that offense. It's like they got to key themselves on every game. It's a tough game every game, and they got to do it.
It's almost like they went out there thinking that as long as they were on the field, they were going to win. They just didn't think they had to play as hard as what they did to get where they are to begin with. And I think they found out this weekend they got to go out there and they got to play hard.
No, you think, okay, we won 14 games in a row. We're not going to talk about the preseason last year and this year and so on. But maybe, like you said, Randy, maybe it brought them down to earth. They took the chip off their shoulder saying, okay, we can beat anybody by 4 or 5 touchdowns. This is NFL, and these guys are men. They're all ready to play and play hard. And the best team won Sunday, and it was the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Green Bay Packers have to start from scratch. Forget about the loss in Philadelphia. They had the Miami Dolphins. We'll get into the Miami Dolphins and Dan Marino and Jimmy Johnson later on. But they have to do a better job of protecting Brett Favre, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
And the most important unit on a football team is their offensive line. And they do have to. We don't have a double tight end formation with Chewy out. So you know they took advantage of that, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
They took advantage of that. It was Mike Maula, I think he pronounced it. I'm not quite sure.
Well, they can get Thomason in there more.
Right.
I believe. He's a very good player. A lot of talent there, but they just got to utilize him more often.
Well, towards the end, they did a little bit of double teaming over there, which helped. But you know, they almost needed to do that all game if the rate things were going.
Yes.
Because you're right, Brett Favre cannot take that kind of a pounding every game.
No.
And maybe they can put Verba in there a couple times just to try him out.
Okay, now John Michaels, a #1 pick out of USC 2 years ago. Okay, he's having a tough time of it. You know, last year he got hurt a little bit, and he was supposed to maybe step in and do the job with Kenny Rutgers going down and retiring with injuries and stuff. But gentlemen, John Michaels has seemed to be having that's the most important line position of the Green Bay Packers is Brett Favre's line side, and they have to work something out over there on that side of the ball. Whether it's a tight end, even a back end, or maybe Derek Mays. Derek Mays is a big, strong kid, and he is able to block a little bit, maybe better on that side, you know, than not.
The trouble is with Michaels, after he got beat a couple times, I keyed on him watching him, and he was doing a lot better job than people were just seeing the couple times that he missed the guy. That's what the problem was. I mean, other than that, he was doing a good job there.
So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I hope he turns out to be an all-pro and goes to Pro Bowl a number of times, and he helps Brett Favre out and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm a Packer fan, and I want them all to do well. And we'll have to, you know, I'm not abandoning ship on John Michaels by no means. But maybe he needs some more experience, some more time, and maybe a little bit of help on that side, just to help him out a little bit and to get him more confidence on that side.
Right.
That's the same with Freeman. You know, he's a good player. He's proven himself over and over with us already. You know, whether he just had a bad day, maybe didn't feel well. Same with Michaels. You don't know what was going on in there, but, you know, they had a bad day, and obviously they just have to overcome that.
and they fumble the ball. It's really some of the stuff in that game yesterday, gentlemen, that was really uncharacteristic of the Green Bay Packers. Fumbling the ball, dropping easy passes, and things like this. You know.
Not getting in on the 1 yard line.
Okay, what do you think about that? You know, what are we, 6, 8, 10 inches away from that? Now maybe Brett Favre's a big kid, and you only need to go so far. And maybe wasn't there a possibility of us
Just
doing the
pushing that
quarterbacks
line.
and punching it,
Just bulldogging it in there.
bulldogging
I got
it
to
in
say,
there?
that would have been the play to take.
Seems like he couldn't have got hurt any worse doing that than he was just trying to stay back behind the line.
Right.
How about that? We're gonna Brett Favre with that shuffle pass or underhanded backwards
Boy, it seems
thing or whatever you want to call it.
he just doesn't want to take a loss. Is what he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to get sacked.
He doesn't want.
He
Yeah.
just does that shuffle pass, and it's going to hurt him.
Burned him yesterday.
Yes, it did.
And Brett Favre is the best quarterback in the NFL. And he just had a bad day yesterday. Well, with no help, he had some trouble with the offensive line, which made it bad for
Yeah, I
him.
think he had a lot of help in accumulating that bad day. Yeah, he's kind of funny how he does the shuffle pass once in a while and got burned on it yesterday. But when you look back in retrospect, the shuffle pass or the practically laying on the ground, throwing it all out, touchdown, I mean, he gets a lot more benefit out of his fancy little stuff than he does than when he gets intercepted.
Right.
So you hate to try to tame him down
Right.
by saying, hey, you can't be doing that kind of stuff, when 9 out of 10 times he is successful with
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes,
I'm
he is.
sure Holmgren isn't going to say, you can't do this, you can't do that. He's going to let him play his game
Right.
and let him go.
And just try to, just bring it to his attention that, maybe you should try to do something else. But he's not going to scold him and punish him and be in his face
He's
over
far
it.
from
No,
that.
no, he's not going to do that. Brett Favre is the MVP of the league 3 times in a row, and he's the best quarterback in the NFL, and just have to let it go and
4 times coming up, though.
3 times.
Yeah, but the 4th time will be this year.
No, 3 times.
Coming up next year, he'll
next
be
year,
another one.
next year. Oh.
Make it another one.
Make it 4 in a row. Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's ever done that 3 in a row. Okay, how about Ryan Longwell? Let's talk about a little about he was 3 for 3 before that critical game-winning
Right.
attempt thing. He was perfect all through the preseason. He earned a job, gentlemen. He earned a job.
Yes, he
Whether Conway was hurt and he lost it because he was hurt and he missed it to the wide right 3. He missed 4 in a row and stuff. But Ryan Longwell earned a job on that football team, and we should not get down on Ryan Longwell. He's not the loss. He's not to be blamed for that loss yesterday. And I think he's going to be good for the Packers in this '97 campaign.
Well, if you look back when Jackie was a rookie, he missed his share too.
Yes.
And then yesterday was a tough game, and everybody was just depressed because it was such a hard game. And now when he went to kick that, it was raining on top of it, little nerves, a little anxious, and yeah, I don't think he should have never been in a position where the game counted on that field goal. We had too many other opportunities to win
we
that
did.
game.
Yes, we did.
That should have just been a little icing on the cake there, and
That was his biggest kick of the year so far.
So far.
To win a game. He wanted it. He didn't get it. But I think a lot of people forgot where they came from,
Right.
where he got 3 of them up till then.
Right.
They forgot about that.
Without them 3 field goals, we wouldn't have had it.
We wouldn't even been close.
We wouldn't have had a point.
Right.
So he didn't give us 9 points. And how long has it been? You said since the Packers scored a touchdown without a touchdown since
92, 85,
85 games.
85 games.
85 games.
Last time the Packers were out without a touchdown.
Right.
So, I mean, they can score points, and just yesterday they didn't score enough. You would think with that offense, gentlemen, they can score more than 10 points, but unfortunately, sometimes you do have bad. Like the preseason game, we won 7-3, so, that brings up a point. Okay, you would think that Packers can score more than 10 points. The defense did their job and held them down to 10.
Right.
You would think that the offense would score more than 10.
Right.
The
Lot more.
defense did your job. The offense just has to score enough. Like maybe this week we'll go out and score 50. I'm just saying we'll just score 50 points, but the defense might give up 37. So that's the balance of this football team.
Right.
Maybe one has to excel one day more than the other one.
Well, if you look back, I mean, if you take the whole game and just kind of look at it from standing back, actually it wasn't a bad game. The defense played awesome.
Oh, they played really good.
I got to say,
they did.
2/3 of the offense was right there.
Yeah.
Favre was accurate.
Yes.
1 interception. Anybody can throw an interception. We have a couple small problems on the offense, but if you were able to redo the game and take away those mistakes and put them into the positive aspect that they were meant to be, we'd have won that game by multiple touchdowns.
Yes.
Well, then you had, Reggie Johnson. He dropped one in the end zone.
Yes, Reggie
He
Johnson.
should have had that
Yes,
one.
yes.
That was 7 points or 6.
Yeah, and well,
So-
we don't want to really dwell on it too much more, but Philadelphia, gentlemen, we have to give them credit. Ray Rhodes, Ty Detmer, he's a scrappy son of a gun.
Yes, he is.
And they chased him down yesterday too, and he rebounded and
Well,
19 was an 18 or 19 play drive.
19.
19 play drive they had. 9 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. They earned every yard. They earned every inch, and they really earned that touchdown. They can't take nothing away from Ty Detmer and the offensive line and the offensive of the drive for that touchdown at the end of the game for them. They really worked their tails off for that touchdown, Randy.
They played very well. I mean, there's no way around it. They did play a good game.
Right.
you know, and he's got the mentality where he worked under Favre for a lot of years,
Right.
and he knows what to do and what not to do.
Right. You think, you know, Ray Rhodes was our defensive coordinator he's worked with Coach Mike out in the San Francisco 49er area, you know, time, and then now he was a defensive coordinator for Coach Mike, but now he's a head coach. You think that they should know each other pretty good.
Right, right.
It was just like a jousting match, a chess match of some sort. You know, a heavyweight fight, boxing each other out a little bit and finding out what's going on until the end of the game. And that was really anybody's game. Actually, it was.
It was.
It was
When it's
anybody's
that
game.
close, when it's that close, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, it could have went either way, you know. Just take, like any game, and usually won or lost by who makes the mistakes. And yesterday,
made more of them.
it was us yesterday.
Yes,
We made a year's worth of mistakes in one game.
in one game.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yes.
Well, maybe we got it all out of our system, though.
Yeah, so we're going to win the next 17 then, right, Chad?
Should be, should be.
So, okay, we're going to talk about Terrell Buckley's coming to Lambeau Field.
The Miami Fish are going to be
The
here.
Miami Fish are coming to Lambeau Field Sunday, gentlemen. What is going to be in store for the Miami Dolphins? Jimmy Johnson, did you, I think we should all bring some Brill cream, or maybe he doesn't use Brill cream anymore. I don't know what to use.
I don't know.
For Jimmy Johnson, Terrell Buckley, Corey Harris, and George Teague are amongst the people that are coming back to Lambeau Field. And what's
I
going
think
to be in store for the Fish coming from Miami?
they just won on a squeaker this
Yeah, they
weekend
went
by
on a
field
squeaker.
goal.
Yes, they did.
16-13,
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
So their game wasn't a big game either.
Well, you know, I look at it, no matter who we play, I think the Packers, when they come into a game, they're capable of beating any team out there. So, and any game that we're in, the outcome of that game is simply going to depend on
Execution.
on how we do our jobs. And if the Packers sit down now and they think about what they did and they concentrate on football and realize that they have to do more than be on the field to win, I don't think there's a team out there that we can't beat and will beat.
You know, that brings up one point about well, I don't really talk about the great coach Lombardi of the 60s, but he executed of the fundamentals is going to prevail in football games. Execution of the fundamentals will prevail in the football game. And that's exactly what you said, Randy. We have to execute our own plays, and everything will lie down in our favor at the end of the game.
Right.
Yeah, no one person has to do both jobs. The
No.
defense takes care of their end,
Right.
and they do.
Yes.
All they were able to get was 10 points.
Yes.
And the offense normally does too, and that's why we accumulate a lot of points.
Well,
Right.
the defense got him on a goal line stance once or twice there, so, well, you just can't discount them guys. They never give up.
No, they really fight hard.
And then Reggie, playing against a rookie, he gave him the one-arm throw again.
Yeah.
And got in there. Couple of sack and a half he had.
Okay, now we're playing the great Dan Marino. The guy's throwing for like 40,000 miles. And under the second year under Jimmy Johnson's tenure, I guess they had a to-do over the first game of the season. I guess Jimmy Johnson almost came so far from benching Dan Marino in the opener. They did win, but what are we going to do about? You know, he's a pocket passer. He's a shotgun pocket passer.
Right.
Dan Marino's not going to roll out left, right, or any place else. He's going to be I think shotgun's probably 90% of their plays. He stays in the pocket. They have some talent on that football team, so they're going to bring it to us too. But we have never beaten the Miami Dolphins in regular season play. We are 0-7 as a franchise against them.
Oh,
And that's going to stop Green Bay Packer fans 1-7. The Fish are going down on the hook. Right.
Yeah, we
Right.
can take care of that this weekend.
Yes.
We just got to come off the ball really quick. The defense has got to get in there, and Reggie and the rest of them guys just got to get in there, and they just got to show them.
Okay, how about, get on the defensive side of the ball with how about Seth Joyner? Anybody hear anything about Seth Joyner, or is he going to be coming to play pretty soon? Is the injuries, Frankie Winters is out for 1 of 6 weeks,
Right.
but on the other side of the ball, how's our Seth Joyner coming?
Seth Joyner's supposed to be playing within the next 2 weeks. So, well, whether he does or not, we could use him. I mean, he's a class player, you know.
Well, we have luckily for the Packers, we have a lot of depth. I mean, we probably have more depth
We've ever
to
had.
absorb injury than any other team in the league.
Right.
And we're going to need it. I mean, we already have some very substantial injuries with Newsom
We
and
don't need
Chewy.
any more.
And
No, Randy, we don't need
no,
any more.
we don't need to absorb any more. But and that might have been a part of the problem too. I mean, some of the problem areas we had were over by where Newsom should have been. Chewy was there usually to help Michaels out a little bit, and he wasn't this week,
Right on.
and it showed. So Chewy should only be out maybe 3-4 more weeks at the most. Hopefully we get him back in there and get the rest of the players to step up until he does.
You know, Fritz Sherman brought up a very good point. As our depth chart is, they don't want much space between the first guy and the third guy. If you can keep a close piece between the first guy on your staff and the third guy, you're going to be doing really well. You know, you don't want a superstar being your starter, and then all of a sudden you drop down to, you know,
Nothing. You want to keep them
you want a
close.
really close knit
Right.
team and unity and really close in all parts of your game.
Well, I think we have some very good talent in our secondary teams.
Yes.
I think our secondary defense could practically be the best in the league this year.
I think our defensive backs are the best as a group in the NFL.
Tyrone Williams is stepping up. And
Yeah,
he got burned a couple times, but you know that's what it takes.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a learning experience.
yeah. What else? You think about? Yeah. How are we going to treat Terrell Buckley? What do you think? Are we going to give him the boos or the woos or the isses or what?
I'm sure the booze will come.
Huh?
I'm
Terrell
sure
has
of that.
traditionally been the best player we had when he's on the other team.
Yeah,
so,
when he's at the
Yeah.
other team.
we
yeah.
probably get some applause. He usually helps us quite a bit.
Right.
You know, how about okay? Let's get to our special teams a little bit this week. How about Mr. Billy Schrader from Sheboygan area and La Crosse? We'll be talking about Billy Schrader on and off this year, and he's doing a very good job. He almost.
Croker, yeah, when he got that on that last kickoff.
Yes, that's put us in that in the so-called driver's seat for the last touchdown
Right.
thing or the field goal thing. Yes.
He's doing a fantastic job this
Yes.
year. Well, you can tell, though, you can tell the frustration in him when he doesn't make it past that
doesn't
last
make it.
player.
Yep.
He wants it bad. He
Yes,
wants
he
that all
does.
the way deal, all the
Yes.
way.
And I'm sure he'll get it. Before
Yes.
the end of the year, he'll get it a couple times.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
He goes fast. He's fast. He goes north and south.
Right. He's got the drive to do it, and he's
Yeah.
going to do it.
He can have a 50-yard run back, and he's still frustrated because he didn't get all the way with it.
Right.
We have a very good special teams.
Oh,
I
very
mean,
much so.
we can talk about the Packers are the best team in the NFL. They have their special teams. And remember when Nolan Cromwell started maybe 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was. Remember, he had a tough time. But now I think the Green Bay Packers special teams are probably the best in the NFL at stopping the run backs and running back the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Punts and kickoffs.
Well, we had Desmond Howard last year, but even without Desmond Howard there, before he started, it was BB, and even BB was running them back. So we got a good overall return team
Right.
there.
Oh yeah,
Not just one player.
Yeah, depth again, Randy,
Yep.
as you said, on special teams too.
You
And-
still,
Go
you
ahead.
still have the blockers there.
Right.
That's what makes the guy look good. You know,
Right.
granted, all the moves that he's got helps a lot. But the thing is, you got the blocking there, and that's what...
The cheese wedge, as we
right,
call it.
the cheese wedge, yes.
She's with so. No, you going to the Miami game? Either one of you?
Nope.
I'll be at the Dallas game.
No, no. The Cowboys lost. The Cowboys
Yes,
lost.
they did.
God,
Yes, they did.
loving our Americans team. Way to go, way to go, Arizona Cardinals. I love you, baby. I bet on you, man. But anyway, how does our division? How do you think it's going to be the division shape up at the end of the year? Is Tampa Bay going to stay? Tony Dungy has got a great defense. The quarterback is the question. They have a good running back. Warwick Dunn out of Florida State, a homeboy, so to speak. The Lions with a new coach, a two-back set. The Bears they're in somewhat disarray. This might be one stats last year. And the lucky bounce Minnesota Vikings. What do you think?
I think the Vikings are a good team. I still think the Vikings are going to be our main competitors in our particular part of it. The Bears generally aren't too much trouble for anybody. And,
Sorry, bounce.
yeah, but the Vikings, they have talent there. I mean, there's still going to be
Well, you got them two wideouts,
you know,
Reed and Carter.
Vikings have never really been a pushover.
And
No.
they're picking Tampa Bay to take second.
I
in the league.
picked Tampa
Yeah.
Bay to win to take second in our division.
Yeah.
We don't know how it's going to pan out during the season, but yeah, I pick them to finish second. The Bears somewhere
Second
down.
to us.
Yeah, second. Oh yeah, Green Bay. Yeah, no. Yeah, Green Bay should win the division hands down. And now home field advantage, gentlemen. Now last year Coach Holmgren comes out and no Super Bowl talk, none of that stuff. Play by play, game by game, win the division, home field advantage. That scenario is still in place in the '97 football season. We are only 1-1. We got 14 games to go. we get back, we have to, like I got, rebound, get our act together, figure out our offensive line scheme, hold on to the ball, protect Brett Favre. Our defense will take care of itself. The Green Bay Packers should be on course to win a division and go to San Diego and win and have home field advantage throughout the playoffs in '97.
Well, we know Holmgren thinks that way, and I think the biggest key here was to make, if Holmgren can get the rest of the team to think that day by day, play by play, game by game type theory. I think the rest of the team, up until maybe Sunday, was thinking oh, Super Bowl. That's it, Super Bowl, and they were kind of forgetting what it takes to get there.
Yes, I think that's exactly right. I think they forgot, Randy, like you said, they forgot what hard work and 60 minutes of football it needs to win the Super Bowl championship.
I'm sure Holmgren today, talked to the guys and told them that you made some mistakes, you dropped some balls, this and that, but let's not dwell on it. Let's go ahead. Let's leave that behind us.
Because that team, the Green Bay Packers, they have leadership, they have talent, they have experience. I think poise, maybe this past week, poise was dropped off.
Right.
That piece of paper that Coach Holmgren had. Poise. They have everything else but the poise. And some of that stuff we did last Sunday against Philadelphia. Right?
Right.
I think some of the poise was missing from the experience and talent-wise and leadership and the coaching staff we have on that team, Randy.
I think they let the mistakes get to them a little more than they should have. They had one or two, and then they just kind of dwelled on that.
Right.
They lost control of their, like you said,
Do you think that Brett Favre, I think Brett Favre needs to be knocked around a little bit, don't you? What do you think about the so-called Brett Favre? He started all slow, and he was really firing the ball, and they dropped him and so on. I think Brett Favre maybe needs his so-called bell rung, not a concussion sort of a thing, but I think he needs to be hit pretty decently, a nice solid hit and wakes him up, and then he's really a competitor. That guy he might be the most toughest competitor in the National Football League.
Well, if getting your bell rung is the answer, we should be pretty much with that solution, though.
Yeah, after this past week, yeah.
He got it wrong this weekend.
Yeah, got it right this weekend.
enough
We
of
had
that.
the whole church ring in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, now we'll get Miami. So what do you expect out of the Dolphins and Jimmy Johnson? Any trick plays? Do you think there are going to be any trick plays? I thought the Bears would have a couple trick plays last week, but any
Right.
trick plays from the Dolphins this week? Or
You gotta
basic
expect
stuff?
that. You always got to think in the back of your mind that that's going to come up, so you got to be ready.
No, I don't know much of the Miami Dolphins. They got Marino and they got we beat them in preseason, so
Right.
20-0. We shut them out in preseason, so I don't.
Right.
That's nothing really you can look at.
Exactly.
That's 5 weeks ago or whatever, 6 weeks ago. So we really can't worry about that now. Running backs are I know them, but I can't think of them right now.
Right.
And the receivers, I can't really think of them right now, but really doesn't matter. We have the best talent on the team that day, on the field that day. I guess they say you have to have the best. You have to have the best team on that field that day
Right.
to win.
Well, it's always been that way. Any team in the NFL can beat any team in the NFL on any given day.
Even the Bears can win?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
That'll happen, yeah.
Someday I suppose they will, but so you got to have respect for everybody out there. You just can't go out there thinking that these just aren't worthy opponents, because they're all capable of
men.
winning.
They all strap them
They're
on,
all
Randy.
big boys out there.
They strap it on, they're ready to go, and they will clean your clock, and they will fight for you. They will fight and fight and fight and fight, and we have our hands full for the 1997 year, and I think that yesterday's loss brought it back down to earth for the players and coaching staff and the fans, myself included. I got brought back to earth a little bit. I didn't expect to lose to Philadelphia. I don't think anybody expected to lose to Philadelphia.
Nobody did.
But we did. We earned a loss because we played to lose. We played like we were going to lose. But you have to give them credit. And now we have to rebound. And Miami's coming to town at Lambeau Field. Now we have won 18 in a row. How many have we won? 18 in a row at Lambeau. Yeah, 18 or 19 in a row at Lambeau.
It's right up.
So we do have somewhat of a home field advantage going for us at Lambeau Field, but that's not a given. That's not a given, guys.
Right.
If we don't play 60 minutes, hard-nosed football, and use our use sense, and play smart, and intelligently hold on the ball and do the proper things to win, Randy, we're going to lose that home field advantage. We'll lose this game. And I don't see the Packers losing this game Sunday. I really don't. I think they're going to rebound. They got a lesson taught to them Sunday, and now the National Football League football champions are going to rebound with a big win.
Well, that's what
Sunday
makes them a champion, being able to rebound back.
Right.
So, yeah, I think they will too. The big secret is not to let Lambeau.
Be their security blanket.
Right.
Exactly.
The security blanket saying, "Oh, we can be 8-0 at home whatever we got it, but you can't, no, that winning streak at Lambeau Field will come to a halt, hopefully not this year. Let's win another Super Bowl, then we'll worry about that next year, but we have to play solid football to stay unbeaten at Lambeau Field.
Are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there, Green Bay. I've been to, I don't know how many
Half the battle.
I don't know how many
Half
games
the
I've been to
battle.
Lambeau in a row, but I've been to a lot of them, and I love it. It's a great time at Lambeau, and just love going. And ticket prices, I can get with it. I can live with it, And now they sell them over there. The tickets are sold on the east side of the stadium by Packer, by the Hall of Fame Packer Hudson Center thing there. So Packer Drive. So they know me too. The scalpers know me.
I'm sure.
So I get a break here and there. So we do okay. So you're not going?
Nope.
You're working?
Nope.
Good. You're not
Gonna watch
working?
it at 'em.
Nope.
No, you both work at,
Huffmaster.
what do you call it now?
Huffmaster.
Huffmasters
Yes.
again now.
Yep.
Because I know it was Scott and Huffmasters and
It switched a few
they
times.
switched a few times.
Yes,
Now
it
it's
has.
Huffmasters again.
Yes,
Right.
it is.
Okay, now you have do you have Packer parties down there, or do you have time for them? Is there a Packer Fridays? Do you wear Packer
Yes.
stuff, or?
Every Friday.
No,
Yep.
you told
Every
me.
Friday.
You told me that they have what on the market now? You're making
Placemats.
cheese head placemats.
Placemats. Yes. Yes, they're on the
No.
market right now.
No, you cannot make enough of them.
No. No.
Did you see the cheese?
Presses are running
Have
constantly.
you seen the cheese buns?
No.
So-called cheese buns. They come in 4 sizes. I might need the smallest one.
Cheese buns?
There's a strap on. You got buns, and they got like the cheddar cheese holes and whatever, and the cheese buns. I seen it. I see a few things strange at Lambeau. You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know, not myself included,
have.
though. Oh. Okay, we're gonna pick a score. I guess we got a minute left here. Paul says. So let's pick a score, gentlemen, this weekend, and see what the Packers rebound will be. 2-1, gentlemen. What do you think, Randy? Give it a shot. What do you think the score will be?
I think the score will be 28-21.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I think the Packers are going to come back strong this week. They're going to prove something. I think it's going to be like 38-12.
I'm saying 41 to 42 to 13. I think it is. 42 to 13. You want to say hi to anybody? You guys go ahead. We got a little bit of time. Say hi, Randy, too. Your friends at work or anybody that might be watching.
All right.
Look at the camera right there.
I'll say hi to my downstairs neighbor, Kevin. I feel sorry for him because he's a pretty big Bear fan, and that's bad enough in its own right, and then the Bears getting trumped on this weekend, so a little consolation for Kevin.
I got to say hello to Mike Valdez. He was going to come on the show, but his wife would not let him. I don't know why.
Oh. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, who runs that family, man?
Evidently,
I just wanna say
yeah.
hi to the Royal and Bounce and Hare and Will and George Last and the whole gang at Neagles and Jimmy and
Mikey Donker.
Mikey Donker,
Yes.
big Packer fan.
His wife
And
shouldn't
the
laugh at the
Death
game.
Crew and the Coca-Cola crew and anybody at All Your Plus watching all of thanks guys behind camera, Bruno and Paul and Derek inside and my wife Julie for supporting me through this. My father-in-law, he's having trouble. He's not all that. He's kind of he's not doing all well. Good luck with him. And we'll see you next week. This is at 10 o'clock Friday night to 10:30 Sunday mornings. And tell your friends about it and go Pack, go and get it done.
Go Pack, get her done.
Rebound.
Yes,
Rebound.
we can do it.
4-1.
Yep.